Hello all you beautiful people out there, what is going on? This is your friend Berta coming at you fast with another Paragon in-depth hero guide, and today we're going to be looking at Dekker, the dancing diva of Dastardliness. I just came up with that one. That one was definitely better than the one of my beast builds video. And today we're actually going to be looking at the new version of the game, Paragon 2.0 version 27. Insane mundo changes to how you play, to how everything plays, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've had a really hard time trying to play Dekker. I'm not gonna lie, okay? It's really hard to play supports such as Dekker and Muriel now with this new update, especially with the lack of CXP sharing. You really have to know what a support is and how to play with a support. And right now, what you guys are seeing is what you really shouldn't do. I was the only person with wards on my team, so I had to run around a lot, but as a support, you want to try and be in lane as often as possible with your ADCs or with whoever is in that lane, okay? Because with these new updates, up to two people can get 100% of the CP in a lane. If there's more than two, now that CP is starting to get even more shared and less CP to go around. So you definitely want to have a maximum of two people when you're just farming. When you're trying to gank some people, maybe three, or if you're trying to push a tower, then you team push it together. But when you're just farming up like in the beginning of the game, you want to just pick an ADC, maybe like a Murdoch or a Sparrow. Twin Blast can usually solo because he has a getaway. And just, help them, support them, help them get them last shots, make sure that they don't get overrun by other people. Usually you want to match whatever 2v2 is on the lane. So if you're kind of late to your lane and you see there's two people left lane on the enemy team and one person right lane on the enemy team, and you only got one lonely Murdoch over on the left, you want to go and help them as a Dekker. Here, I'm see a lane with Twin Blast. He and I are the only two people in here, so it's definitely advantageous for us to both be in here and get CP as much as possible. So that is why I share that with him. I see Grux pull up. And that is what you want to do with supports, is you just want to kind of just sit there. You kind of want to just chill. Sometimes you don't even want to interfere with the ADC's last shotting at all, because that kind of throws them off. You kind of just want to let them do their own thing. And you just kind of orbit, absorb the CP with yourself, and then use your abilities to help engage in the fights and help your teammates survive, as you guys will see here shortly. I almost land that long-range bounce. I've actually been getting really good with these stuns. I've been hitting my stuns, and that's something I want to talk about. So the first thing you want to slot into is your stasis bomb, your long-range stun. Then you want to slot into your slow, or your E, and then you want to go with your right-click third, or your R1, which is your rocket jump. Note, your rocket boots actually give all nearby allies a speed boost as well, in case you guys didn't read the ability clearly. I know I didn't the first time I used it. And it actually gives your allies a speed boost, so when you're trying to run away, make sure you pop it so your allies can run away quicker as well. It gives them a speed boost, which is very, very important. And then, of course, at level 5, you want to go into her ultimate, which is a cage, which has been buffed now. All abilities now can be maxed out, so you don't really have to go in any particular order. But do focus on your Qs and Es, usually with all characters, and of course your ultimates. But your auto attack will scale every single time you level up, just a little bit. It's a very interesting mechanic that they've done now with the game. I like it. It's growing on me for sure. But yeah, definitely. So let's go into now how to actually use her abilities. I'm going to give you guys a quick warning. This game is very quick, okay? I don't build her much. I build her up to 21 CP, and then they surrender on the other side because we totally Shrek them. Okay, so I am not going to show the cards. You guys can see the cards that I use in my Beast Build video. See how Twin Blast got a little speed boost right there? Definitely helps him. So you guys can check out the cards in my Beast Builds video, because I am not going to finish the build in this video, so we're not going to talk about the cards this time around, but we are going to talk about the abilities. So how to use the stasis bomb. So as you guys noticed, you want to aim your stasis bomb, which is that stun, that little ball that I shoot out. You want to aim it low, okay? You want to aim it so that it bounces. The more it bounces, the further it goes, okay? And that is going to obviously help. You can connect more with your bounce. Now, if you aim it too high, it's going to land on the ground and it's going to explode, but it's not really going to stun anything. And you're pretty much going to, miss your stun, which is really important. Dekker's CC is incredible with that stun and with the slow, as you guys are seeing right here. I popped the slow bubble over the entirety of the steal, so he has a hard time getting out. You guys can actually detonate the slow bubble earlier by pressing the key again. That activates it initially, and it will do a little bit of damage. So that's usually what you want to do. You want to maybe even sometimes start with your slow bubble, so it's easier to hit the target with your stasis bomb, which does increase in stun length the more you upgrade it. Here you're going to see me running this Orb Prime, and you're going to see a team fight go down near the end of the tunnel, so to speak. And you're going to see the utilization of her ult, which has now been buffed. So her ult, her allies can now walk through and walk out of the cage. When enemies try to leave the cage, they'll be bounced back inside into the middle. So, you know, if they bounce off against the cage off the edge, they bounce back right down in the middle, and, you know, shorter range, easier to hit them with your ADCs that are standing outside of the cage, and so to speak, stuff like that. And it's pretty insane. It's actually probably the, I don't want to say if it's the best ult in the game, but it's definitely top 3. It's definitely will sway a team fight now for sure, especially since your teammates can exit and enter free willingly. It makes for amazing getaways, and overall is just an amazing thing to utilize, as you guys are going to see right here. It's going to be pretty awesome. Also, by the way, the new Kallari is freaking awesome. I love her, but if the enemy team has wards, she is pretty much useless, and you can easily rat her out and kill the hell out of her. So there you go. But we're not talking about Kallari right now. We're talking about Dekker. Sorry. So there's that cage. You see, I just walk right through it. No biggie. Cage the enemy in. My teammates, my allies can walk through it, can chase down enemies when they're through it. And it's just so good. So definitely use the combo of your slow bubble, your stun, your cage, all together. And if you need to get away, make sure you use your rocket boots. And so besides that, you always want to just make sure you're in a lane with somebody. You don't really need to roam in the jungle. Roaming in the jungle is kind of pointless with Dekker, especially since you want to save those jungle minions for your jungler. And right there is an excellent example of how to use your slow bubble to chase people down. It does have a pretty good cast range, so it does help chase people down when you're trying to kill them. And we're going to take this inhibitor right here now that we have OP buff, and probably get another kill if I remember correctly. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, no, never mind. People are going to die. But I do pop my rocket boots, jump out of there. Twin Blast gets a speed boost, and he gets out of there as well. So that's what you want to, those are the kinds of situations where you want to use your rocket boots. Now, I'm not going into a deep dive into the build, but I will quickly gloss over what to do. This Kallari thought she was smart, okay? This Kallari thought she was smart, trying to root me with her ult. That's cute. That's real cute. She doesn't realize that I'm actually looking at my map and she isn't, and Twin Blast is still here, and he's going to kill the fuck out of her. But, yeah, I'm going to gloss over a couple of the cards that you want to use. Of course, you want to use cooldown. I like to start with Tempest Pearl because it gives a really nice speed boost when needing to chase or run away from people, and it also gives you a little bit of energy armor. You want to build armor such as Toon Barrier and the Tempered Plate. Excuse me, I forgot it for a second. You want to use Pendulum of the Lords for cooldown. You want to make sure you have Lord's Ward because that gives you cooldown as well, and it gives you Shadow Wards, and it's pretty useful when you build that much with them. So, you guys can see the whole deck in my Beast Builds video, like I said earlier. This game isn't going to be too long, and it's just a lot of examples of how to use her abilities right. You could try and body block with Dekker because, you know, you will build her tanky down the line, but it's really hard because she is a freaking toothpick, so it's hard to jump in front of people that are getting shot out as her. So, yeah, I mean, just try your best to body block. Make sure you body block with Dekker too, because you are going to end up being tanky with her anyway. So yeah, so this gameplay wasn't too crazy in depth. I've been noticing that without the inhibitors being able to respawn, every game has been shorter, because pretty much whichever team gets the inhibitors down first is going to win, because it's just too difficult to push back the minions right now. Hopefully next week when they add in the Orb Prime changes, it'll be better. But there you guys have it. Enemy team surrendered. I went 1-1-9 as Dekker, so not that bad. 10-1 KDA overall. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, if it was helpful, if you like baby doggies, puppies, then drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, make sure you all have a wonderful day.